Welcome to The Box, an all-access pass to the A7FL. My name is Ryan DePaul, and I'm here to catch you up on league standings and big matchups here heading into Week 4. Sole possession of the A7FL South is at stake. Can anybody beat the Chiefs? What teams must win this week to stay alive for the playoff race? We have it all right here, right now, live in The Box. And now it's my pleasure to bring on Carl Meisner, owner of last year's A7FL champions, New Jersey, BIC. Welcome, Carl. We got a big game coming up this week. 2 undefeated teams. Gators out of Baltimore. The U coming out of Paterson, New Jersey. You guys just went down to Baltimore, and the Gators handed you your first loss. Are the Gators for real? Do you think they can come up here and beat the U? I think they can.
Well, thank you for having me, Ryan. I'm not sure what's in that beer you're drinking, but the U, I think the U is going to be a handful this week. The Gators, they played very tough last week against us. Not taking nothing away from them. No excuses, no justification. But the U is just they have several playmakers, beat you so many ways.
Okay, wait, rewind for a second. So you're picking the U, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen last year, this year, I think it's fair to say BIC has the most offensive weapons out of any team probably in the league. They could pretty much score from anywhere with anyone. I'm shocked that they were able to hold BIC to 7. I mean,
yes.
Watching you guys week 1, watching you guys week 2, I mean, you've put up probably close to 70 points in the first 2 weeks.
I believe right? 62 to be exact.
62 points in 2 weeks.
62.
Go down to Baltimore, only put up 7. That, I think, validates the Gators' defense. They got a lot of fast guys in the secondary. They're very aggressive up front. They got 2 big playmakers in the box, right? Now let's talk about their offense. You got John Gauze Jr., who's out there lighting it up with his feet, getting rid of the ball fast. I mean, he looks like a completely different quarterback, and he has just added a spark to this team. I think they can score often. I think they can get the ball in their playmakers' hands quickly, and I think their defense is good enough to keep them in this game. I guess the question is, how well will they travel up here from Baltimore?
There's a few playmakers on the U who haven't even dialed it up yet. Kareem Moon, number 9, athlete. You'll see him all over the field for the U. Kick return, punt return. He can play defense if needed, running back, wide receiver, quarterback. McQueen, number 5, Fitz-G, the U's current quarterback right now. As I said, he's playing very disciplined, dinking and dunking. He's got a good connection right now with number 19, Joel Rivera. You'll see him if you haven't yet. For those of you fans out there, amazing. Can make almost any catch in the league.
I agree, man. The U looks fundamentally sound. You know, does the Gators have an answer for that defensive end, Markeith Williamson, coming off the edge like an animal? I think that's where this game gets decided. You know, can John Gauze Jr. get the time he needs to get rid of the football? Can Williamson get to Gauze, and can he get to him early? Now, on the flip side of this, I think if the U goes down early, they don't strike me as the come from behind, play from behind type team this year. They go out, play hard-nosed defense, run, throw when you have to, and their percentage on passes is incredible. You know, pretty much every time they throw it up to Joel Rivera, it's a touchdown. It's going to be awesome. You can watch it live on our Facebook page, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, this Sunday. Don't miss it. Now let's also talk about the other game that's going to be broadcasted live on Sunday, same location, Asbury Park, New Jersey, at noon. Last year's defending champs, now 2-1, coming off of a loss in Baltimore, and now taking on a grimy 0-3 hungry team that needs this win to make the postseason in the A7FL South. This could be a trap game for BIC. I think that quarterback is a problem. We didn't see him last week. They had their backup in because of injury. What's your take, Carl? I know you probably don't want to talk about your own game much, but you guys are coming off a loss. And, I mean, maybe that is all you guys needed to just maybe derail Spanktown and erase any hope they had for a postseason run. But I don't think they're scared to mix up with you guys. I think they're going to come out guns blazed. I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty decent game.
Yeah, I like Spanktown a lot. Young team in the league. They got a lot of playmakers. I haven't really had the chance to see their rookie yet. I've heard a lot about him from you on highlights, but we're looking forward to it. What I will say, though, is year in, year out, and I don't plan on having this year be any different. Sometimes BIC needs to take that loss, to regardless of who it is, to realize it's serious now. I mean, no more playing games. No matter how much we scream, yell, talk, there's hoopla, goofy stuff from BIC sometimes until, we realize, all right, we play better with our backs against the wall, and
I say the same thing all the time. I feel like you guys always played your competition. Week 1 against the Bulldogs, there was no need for that game to go into triple overtime. It felt like you guys were just out there messing around and not taking care of business. And I had a feeling somewhere down the line, good thing it was earlier in the season and not later, that you'd have some humbling event like this. But you lost to what is a great team, and you lost on the road, acceptable. But now you're going into what I consider a trap game. But I think if you play BIC football, you come away with the win, no problem. That's I'm predicting BIC, but in a pretty close game. Probably judged by about 2 scores or less.
I love Spanktown. It's always respect with them. Their captain, shout out, Big Mike Sims. He knows that. But the mood we're in, the plan we have to come out and play in a non-biased way, I'm going to predict BIC 34, Spanktown 14. That's just the mindset we're in. I mean, as you said, we did lose to a great team. Won't take nothing away from the Gators, but we have our own reasons why certain things happened, and it's time to get serious now. I mean, we're at a beautiful field in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Our first year there for the entire league. New fans. We got a lot of streaming going on with A7. We don't want people looking at us like, well, these are the champs last year. What kind of league is this? I mean, we really felt that.
I agree. I think you guys are going to rebound, no doubt. But Spanktown has a really dangerous offense. Rookie quarterback Jamal Williams is incredible. He's fast. He's got amazing moves. He can really throw the ball. You got second-year player, wide receiver Robert Brown for Spanktown. The guy's got the physique of Terrell Owens. He's amazingly fast. He's probably one of the best receivers in the league, easily. And you have last year's Rookie of the Year on offense, Darius Pearson. I mean, those are 3 serious weapons on an 0-3 team. That team's playing in the A7FL North. They're probably, 1-2, maybe even 2-1. Who knows? They've lost now to some great teams. They had to go back-to-back to Baltimore. Barely losing to the Gators, losing to the Kings, and last week losing to the Baltimore Cobras. All right, let's talk about a big matchup in the A7FL North. Finally, we have 2 great teams are going to see each other. You have the Pennsylvania Immortals versus the New Jersey Savage. New Jersey Savage is undefeated, tied for first place in the A7FL North. They have the second highest amount of points scored. The Immortals are 2-1, with their only loss coming from the Chiefs. A lot of people's favorite to win the championships this year. We'll get to that. Who do you like in this matchup? New Jersey Savage or Pennsylvania Immortals?
I like the New Jersey Savage this week. I haven't seen this energy since they've had RF1 at quarterback. I mean, Jamal, first year in the league, quarterback for the Savage. First year playing quarterback. He's definitely not a rookie. He, played on one of our vet teams, hit squad a few years back, and even for the Warriors. But he's he's tall. He's just solid, and he just runs hard. I mean, I thought, he can go into the same conversation as far as elusiveness as another Moon. And, the Gator quarterback.
Whoa. Another Moon.
As of right now, I mean, he's not on Moon's level, but his legs,
I don't think he's thrown an interception. That's one of the things that's really impressed me about him. Yeah, he's definitely elusive. He's fast. And I'm pretty sure he has not thrown an interception. He's got that savage offense, firing on all cylinders. I think they're the second highest or third highest scoring offense right now in the entire A7FL. Am I right about that?
I think it's going to be a very close game.
What's the final score?
I'm going to go...
Mind you, this is the second and third highest scoring teams in the entire league.
I'm going to go 28-26 Savage.
28-26 Savage. The Immortals traditionally don't travel well to New Jersey. Last year they showed up full squad against the U. They had them beat, with the last-minute touchdown pass, only to get upset by that crazy punt return that Moon had. That's all over the internet. That's how they went out last year. Left a sour taste in their mouth. Do they come out this week with Charles Irvin? Charles Irvin traditionally is a savage killer. He's a New Jersey killer. Every time he comes out here, he kills every team he plays in the state. Nobody's had an answer for Charles Irvin, but he doesn't always show up to the games in New Jersey. We probably won't know till game day. Do I think he's enough for them to beat Savage? I like Savage in this game. I think it's going to be a close one for sure, high scoring. We'll see what happens. Moving on to another matchup in the A7FL North, we have the Chiefs against the Misfits, New Jersey Chiefs out of Union City against the Pennsylvania Misfits. I think we're both probably going to agree on this one. I don't see the Misfits coming here and beating the Chiefs in their hometown. And the Chiefs have put up over 100 points this year. Could you make an argument for the Misfits?
I like the Misfits. They've been around a long time. They're always tough, but I believe I can't remember offhand who they played last week, but it didn't end too well. I believe it was close to a blowout, if not a blowout. The Chiefs are just they didn't need any extra motivation. Coming up short in the A7FL championship last year just definitely has them feeling like they're just out for blood. Vargas is just lights out. Terry Rowland's pretty much catching everything thrown his way. I don't even think Easy, who's arguably top three, if not, arguably
he's one of those special players. I haven't seen too much of him.
I haven't seen him get involved yet. I mean,
the memo's out. Cover Easy with two guys. And the Misfits are no slouch. I've been watching tape on them. They're a veteran team. Mike Fernandez is a great quarterback. He's mobile. He's probably top two quarterback in all of the Pennsylvania A7FL teams. You got Hops at receiver. That kid's incredible. He's having a great season also. Bubba's a veteran running back. They got a good core of guys, man. I like the Misfits. A team I'd like to play for. I like those guys, man. I hope they come out. Maybe there's an upset in the making. I don't see it happening. But now I want to talk about an 0-3 team out of New Jersey, the Thrashers, who probably had the hardest opening 3 weeks out of any team in the entire A7FL. Week 1, they draw the Gators, who are now undefeated. Gators come up here out of Baltimore. It was a great game. The Thrashers only lost by 2, 20-18. Week 2, they draw BIC, last year's champs, and they lose 14-6. They get into the red zone. And when I say red zone, I'm talking 7-yard line, 5-yard line, 3 times, and come up empty. That's a letdown. That's a game that they possibly should have won had they just gotten 1 touchdown in one of those trips to the red zone. Let's move on to week 3. They draw the undefeated team out of Paterson, New Jersey, the U. They play them really tough till the middle of the third quarter. It's a 6-0 game, and they fumble a throw-off. And that was it. The U ran away with that game 21-0. They're the best 0-3 team in the league. I know that sounds silly, but now they got to go out to Baltimore and play the Kings. Now, Kings is probably my favorite team. They're crazy physical. They got a great quarterback. Haven't gotten to see as much as I'd like. Their jerseys came in late. We didn't get a lot of great film on them, so you haven't seen a lot, but I'll show you a little now. These guys really like to come up and smack. They got a really good quarterback. They did just lose last week. Well, we'll get into the Kings later. Who do you like in that game?
I'm going to go with Thrashers on the road. I think they now take over the role of that kid in the lunchroom who, no matter how many times he gets bullied, he just keeps getting up fighting. I like the Thrashers a lot. They have a tough team. I mean, Chris Soltis, probably the best defensive back in the league right now.
He's a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. From what I've seen right now, him and Williamson, two best defenders in the league right now.
The thing with the quarterback, thing with the Thrashers, it's always questionable quarterback because you never know who's going to show up.
I don't even think it's so much of a question on the quarterback. I think it's a question on offense. You know, they just are not firing on offense. Okay, yeah, they're chipping away with Seth Littleboat. They're chipping away with Mitch. I've seen KC make some crazy downfield catches. They don't go to him often enough.
You know, I'm not sure, what's going on.
They're not firing on offense. As much as I root for the Thrashers, man, their defense is going to come to play. But if the defense isn't getting rewarded by the offense, taking some of those turnovers, taking some of those stops, and turning them into touchdowns, it gets really deflating.
Right. I think they need to stick with the game plan on offense. The Thrashers on offense are all over the place. Mm-hmm. They'll throw the ball to KC. He'll get 3 catches for 60 yards, and then they'll go a little more basic. Like, as good as Mitch is as another running back,
he needs more carries. Mitch needs more carries. Bobby Newman needs to touch the ball more. Big Angry needs to touch the football. Facts.
Yeah.
Big Angry needs to touch the football. If somebody from the Thrashers camp is listening to me, this is the 3rd or 4th time, Big Angry needs to touch the football. Technically, everybody is still alive for the playoffs this year. Some teams got to win out. Some teams can't lose this week. There's going to be some great matchups. There's a lot at stake. We're going to have it all for you live Sunday on our Facebook starting at 12 noon Eastern Time. We're going to kick it off with New Jersey Spanktown against New Jersey BIC. BIC, as we told you before, coming off a big loss out in Baltimore. They got something to prove this week, followed by our game of the week at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Baltimore Gators against the U out of Paterson, New Jersey. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Hope to see you all Sunday. Follow us on our Facebook. We're going to have the game for you live. We're going to run a fast forward Monday night for you live on YouTube. I appreciate you joining us tonight. That's it from The Box.